Stop. This is not a scroll moment. This is a spiritual intervention. What you're about to hear isn't just a message. It's a divine emergency. Archangel Michael is trying to reach you right now. And if your heart is racing, your spirit is stirring. Your breath just caught. This is for you. Heaven has been whispering and you've been hearing it. That chill at night for no reason. The recurring dreams. The eerie sense that someone stands near your bed. That split second of goosebumps as your screen flickered. No, you're not imagining it. You are being contacted. Type, I want to receive, to open yourself to what is coming. Because something is coming. Not next month. Not next year. Now. A divine courier is already en route. A message. An opportunity. A sign. A person carrying something with your name. Sealed in the spirit. And this isn't metaphorical. This is literal. The shift you've been praying for is in motion. Michael says, heaven has paused everything for your breakthrough. That appointment you've been waiting for? That resolution you cried about behind closed doors? That mysterious holdup in your life? It's not random. It's timing. Divine timing. And today everything changes. Comment. Show me a clear sign if your soul is ready for confirmation. You may not recognize the form at first. It might be a knock. An email. A phone call. A stranger's words that feel too sharp to be coincidence. Pattern interrupt. It won't wear wings, but it will carry weight. So, don't dismiss what seems small. God often hides the greatest scrolls in the plainest envelopes. Inside this one, a prophetic instruction. A name you once knew. A door you thought was closed forever. It's already marked. Already moving. Already tracking you. Michael says, the enemy tried to intercept this moment with fear, confusion, and delay. But I paralyzed every shadow sent against you. You may have felt resistance today, unexpected chaos, doubt, fatigue. That's the last gasp of interference before arrival. Type, dissolve my problems to declare angelic cleansing over your life. Because now, the path is clear. Heaven's angels stand on guard. Nothing, absolutely nothing, can block what's coming unless you ignore it. So don't. This is not a suggestion. It's an activation. A divine letter has been preserved in heaven's courts. And now it is being released to you. Comment. I claim what's mine to align with this release. Your name has been spoken aloud in places no human ears can hear. You've been remembered, not by algorithms. Not by men. But by God. Michael continues. Inside this delivery is what was written about you before time itself began. Are you listening now? Then stay, because the next few lines will carry the energy of everything you've cried for. Divine confirmation is coming. And if you click away too soon, you may miss it. Heaven whispers. This isn't chance. This is a call. Answer it. Has your spirit been aching for a sign? If this message found you, it wasn't random. Type, I want to receive below, and open the channel of divine instruction. Subscribe now and turn on notifications to stay connected to daily messages from Archangel Michael. One word could be your answer. You may have wondered why the delays came, why the timing always felt slightly off, why every breakthrough felt one breath too far. Michael says, it wasn't because you weren't ready. It was because others weren't ready for what I'm about to release through you. Heaven doesn't just move for your benefit. It moves to align everything, everyone connected to your purpose. Type, align me now if your spirit is ready for divine precision. Let me tell you plainly, something sacred is approaching, something only your name is written upon, and yet someone else almost held it. Yes, your scroll passed through other hands that tried to delay it. Hands that didn't believe you were worthy. Hands that wanted to rewrite what heaven had already written, but they failed. because heaven does not lose track of its promises. Michael says, they tried to reroute what belongs to you, but I rerouted the reroute. Pattern interrupt. What's yours isn't lost. It's redirected for glory. And now that scroll is moving with urgency. You may feel it. A restless pressure in your chest, a burst of emotion for no reason, a sudden tear while watching or reading this. That is confirmation. That is movement. Is divine transport arriving near? Comment, I feel it landing. If your body is responding before your mind understands. And here's what's even more miraculous. The courier assigned to you, they don't even know how important their role is. But they were visited last night. In silence. In a dream. Heaven whispered, send it. The time has come. They will not understand why they're drawn to you, but they will obey the pull. And what they send or say will unlock something buried in you. A memory. A word. A spiritual frequency your soul was born remembering. Type, awaken my memory. If you felt something stirring you that you can't name, Michael continues, the reason you felt so out of place in this world is because your instructions were written in another realm. This is why normal routines no longer satisfy you. This is why superficial answers frustrate you. You were never meant for surface-level existence. You were created to carry scrolls between realms. Pattern interrupt. You're not just a receiver. You're a courier too. What's coming to you now is not just a gift. It's a key. And when you receive it, something in you will also unlock. And here is the holy paradox: as you receive, you will begin to release. Release what? Guilt, delay, doubt, false identities, Mizagan's burdens. Comment, I release delay if you are ready to make room for what's real. Michael says, I have guarded your instructions. Now I am delivering your identity. This is not just about feeling better. This is about being realigned. Heaven is not here to comfort you only, it is here to commission you. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not late. Type, I receive divine timing to cancel every false deadline placed upon you by fear. Someone is going to contact you soon. Someone you haven't heard from in months, maybe years, and their words will feel like they pierce through dimensions. Don't overthink it. Don't rush to respond. Just listen. Because within their message, something coded will hit your spirit, and your soul will say, this is the moment I've been waiting for. Pattern interrupt. The answer won't look loud, but it will feel right. Heaven says, remain watchful, for what I'm delivering will not return void. The scroll is alive. The signature is divine. The ink is spiritual. The time is now. Heaven has been trying to reach you, not once, not twice, but again and again, through dreams, through signs, through silence. Archangel Michael says, your spirit has already received the call. Now it is time for your mind to catch up. You've felt it. The chills that come with no wind, the heaviness lifting without explanation, that flash of light when no one's around. These were not random. They were angelic nudges, a divine attempt to awaken you, because what's coming now can't be missed. Comment, I'm listening now if you've ever felt heaven tapping on your shoulder. Heaven whispers, this is not coincidence. This is a delivery, and you're not late. You're right on time. A courier is already moving through the veil. They carry what was preserved for you, not stored, not forgotten, but sealed until you are ready. And now you are. Michael says, I stood beside your bed last night. I removed fear from your sleep. I shielded your mind from the enemy's whisper. Because today, your spirit must remain clear. A holy appointment is unfolding, and clarity is your currency. Pattern interrupt. You don't need another sign. You are the sign. You've prayed for this. God, is it time? Did you forget me? Where is my answer? Heaven replies now, I did not forget. I was preparing the way. Type, I receive divine timing if you trust. Heaven's pace more than your own plan. There is a divine message approaching your space. It may not look supernatural. It may come as a conversation, a voice note, a casual glance, an email, marked unread. But listen with your soul. Feel it, because inside that simplicity lies sacred confirmation. They won't know why they're contacting you, but heaven will. I whispered your name to them in a dream, Michael says. And now, they carry your scroll, a truth you once buried, a promise you forgot. An opportunity you gave up on. Comment, deliver my scroll if your spirit is ready to remember. Let me speak to your doubt, that tiny voice still whispering, maybe this isn't for me. Silence it. The enemy wants you small, uncertain, invisible. But you were designed for prophecy, restoration, favor. And today you're being reintroduced to what heaven always knew about you. Michael says, I've erased every lie written in your name. I've overruled every false verdict spoken over your destiny. This is not emotional hype. This is spiritual alignment. The scroll isn't just paper. It is instruction. It contains your next assignment, divine strategy, clarity for your confusion. That's why this moment carries such intensity. The resistance you felt, the sudden delays, the emotional swirl, that was spiritual pushback, because what's inside this scroll will end the drought you've been surviving in silence. Type, end the drought, to declare the closing of the wilderness season. Right now, the enemy can sense it too. That's why distractions have increased. That's why familiar voices are suddenly questioning your faith, your clarity, your decisions. But they don't know what you know. They don't hear what you hear. And they haven't seen what heaven is showing you in this very moment. Pattern interrupt. Your spirit saw this moment before your eyes did. Michael says, you are closer than ever. Don't look down now. Look up. The scroll is descending. Stay aware. Because in the next 48 hours, someone will say something that unlocks a memory. A number will repeat until it startles you. I'll hear your name in a sentence that wasn't meant for you. That's how you'll know. Comment, I will recognize it if your ears are open. This is your moment of prophetic reintroduction. The veil is thinning. The letter is near. Your name is glowing. Heaven whispers. You're not waiting anymore. You're receiving. And yet, beloved, even now, as you receive these words, something deep in your soul is stirring. That's not your imagination. It's alignment. Michael says, your spirit recognizes what heaven has been rehearsing in silence. Because long before this moment arrived, the angels were preparing the scroll. The seal was already cooling. The message was already waiting for you. Type, my soul remembers if something inside you feels like it's coming home. You are not the same person who prayed months ago. The one who pleaded for answers, the one who asked, where are you, God? Know that version of you was buried, and a new one is now rising. Heaven whispers, your trials were not punishments. They were preparation. Pattern interrupt. God wasn't testing your faith. He was strengthening your discernment. Because what's coming next will look ordinary on the outside, but carry eternity on the inside. Someone will speak to you in passing, but their words will echo for days. A name will flash before your eyes, and your spirit will leap. Comment, confirm. It again, if you're asking heaven to seal the knowing. Michael says, don't chase the answer. Let it find you. The scroll is a carrier of divine timing. It doesn't arrive early. It never arrives late. It descends when obedience meets awareness. And now, you are ready. Your heart has softened. Your hands are open. Your expectation is awake. Type, I am open if you've been sensing a shift, because now, what was once locked is cracking open. A door. An offer. An opportunity that had been labeled denied by manas just been reactivated by heaven. Michael says, they thought they ended it, but I marked it as delayed, not destroyed. And today, that delay expires. Pattern interrupt. When delay ends, destiny begins. Heaven isn't asking you to figure it all out. Not heaven is asking you to stay sensitive. This isn't about effort, about alignment. You will feel the scroll before you see it. You'll recognize it by the peace that follows it. Comment. Peace will confirm it. If you've been seeking clarity through chaos, and remember, the person delivering your message may be unaware of their own assignment, but that's how heaven moves quietly, precisely, on purpose. Michael says, the delivery is not coming to your mind first. It is arriving in your spirit. So breathe. Don't rush. Let the vibration land. Type, let it land, if your soul is still. Even now, this scroll may activate a reconnection, a restoration, a relocation, a revelation, or all of the above. It will leave proof behind signs that heaven has visited. You may hear your name repeated unexpectedly, dream of a door, a light, or a sealed envelope, wake with clarity, and the urge to act pattern interrupt. Heaven rarely knocks twice the same way. Be present the first time. Michael says, you are not fragile. You are fortified. You didn't survive this long just to wonder again. You've been forged in silence, not forgotten in it. And now your name is echoing in the spirit. Comment, I am not forgotten, to anchor your spiritual positioning. This is why the enemy tried to make you give up last week. Why that sudden discouragement hit without warning, because your scroll had just been dispatched. But he's too late. The angels have already moved. The assignment is already active. The delivery is already tracking to your spirit. Michael ends this part with a promise. If you stay present, you will not miss it. My child, pause and breathe again, because the next few moments will carry answers your soul has been longing for. Archangel Michael says, you have not been ignored. You have been preserved for this precise moment in divine time. The delivery is near, not just a sign, not just a blessing, but a sealed confirmation of the covenant heaven made with you before you even knew your own name. You've been feeling the tension, haven't you? Waking up at strange hours, conversations, shifting strangely dreams, filled with symbolism you can't explain, that inner pulse telling you something is coming. And you're right. Type, I feel it coming. If your spirit has been stirring in the quiet, heaven whispers, this isn't random. It's real, and it's happening now. Michael continues, a divine messenger has been assigned, and what they carry bears your name. It may not arrive in a glowing package. It may not sound like prophecy, but it will resonate so deeply, you'll recognize heaven behind the voice. Pattern interrupt. It won't come loud, but it will come loaded. This delivery is not for your ego. It's not even for your comfort. It's for your alignment, your assignment. Your unfolding purpose. You felt misunderstood, passed over, misread, labeled, judged. But heaven has never mistaken. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are not too late. Comment, heaven sees me. If your soul has been aching for divine acknowledgement, Michael says, there is a document, spiritual and prophetic, that is coming into your atmosphere. It contains the next step, the next move, the next answer. And here's what you must understand. The resistance you've faced lately isn't because you're off track. It's because you're closer than ever. Random irritation, the sudden insecurity, unexplained delay, the unexpected silence from people you thought would support you. All of it was pressure from the atmosphere, shifting to make room for your release. Type, release me now if you're ready to exit the spiritual holding pattern. Listen, you may feel anxious. You may question whether this is truly for you. But don't let your past make you miss your future. Michael says, heaven never forgot what it promised you. And I have stood guard over that scroll until now. And now the seal is breaking. Pattern interrupt. When the seal breaks, delay dies. You don't need to strive. You just need to be still. You don't need to chase. You just need to open, because the package heaven is sending isn't coming to prove something, Dot. It's coming to release something, Dot. It may come through a name, a message, a chance meeting, a location you didn't expect to revisit. Whatever it is, listen with your spirit. Comment, I will not miss it, to anchor your alertness. Archangel Michael continues, I have removed distractions. I have quieted the confusion. I have canceled the interference. What remains now is sacred space. Space for heaven to speak. And it will speak. In confirmation, in clarity, in unexpected calm, in the sense that peace is returning to you. Type, peace is my confirmation. If you've been waiting for reassurance, this is not just a message. This is your personal divine instruction, and you must not share it too soon. Heaven says, some things must incubate in silence. Protect the promise while it matures. Because just as easily as heaven delivers, the enemy seeks to intercept. Guard this moment. Pray over it. Write it down and wait. Heaven whispers, your silence is not weakness. It is strategy. Is your heart racing because this confirmed what you've sensed privately? Type, I will not miss it, if this message reached the exact part of you that's been waiting. Subscribe now and turn on notifications, not to hear more noise, but to remain in rhythm with the divine. The scroll is closer than you think. And still heaven whispers one more time, this is not the full scroll yet. Michael says, you have heard the beginning, but the weightiest part is still arriving. That's why you're feeling that strange tension in your chest, that flicker of energy when someone says your name, that moment of silence that suddenly feels filled. You are not imagining it. You are recognizing it. Type, I recognize it, if your body reacts before your mind can explain. This is the atmosphere of arrival, when what's been long awaited is just at the edge of manifestation. Heaven isn't building suspense to test your patience. It's building spiritual readiness to prepare your foundation. Pattern interrupt. The delay wasn't punishment. It was preparation for a weight your old self couldn't carry. Michael continues, you are no longer being invited to hope, you are being assigned to receive. There is a sacred shift happening in real time. Your awareness is being elevated. Your discernment sharpened. That's why things you once tolerated now feel heavy. That's why familiar voices now sound distant. You are rising, and heaven is adjusting the sound around you. Comment, raise my hearing if your spirit is craving divine clarity. Let me tell you something else. Not everyone can come with you. And that's not abandonment, that's alignment. Michael says, some connections expire when revelation begins. You may lose access to people, but you are gaining access to purpose. Pattern interrupt. When the scroll opens, the crowd thins. And that's okay, because what's being revealed next is too holy for public announcement. The scroll is sacred. Some things must be received in silence, with reverence, and with protection. You will know it's divine because it won't shout. It will whisper. And that whisper will change everything. Type, let me hear the whisper, if you are ready to move from noise to knowing. Michael reminds you, the most important instructions come not through the storm, but through stillness. So be still, remain open, and allow heaven to deliver the next page of your destiny without resistance. Because what's coming is not just confirmation, it's activation. Your name is already vibrating in the spirit, and what was hidden is about to be handed to you in full measure. But only if you remain aligned. My child, listen now with your spirit, not just your ears, because what I am about to reveal to you is not for everyone. But if your heart is racing, if your breath feels short, then this is your message. Archangel Michael says, someone close to you has been planning in secret, but heaven has already exposed the plot. You've sensed it. The shift in energy. The strange glances, the sudden silence from someone once warm. That wasn't just emotional distance. It was spiritual interference. But heaven intervened. Type, expose the hidden. If your spirit has felt betrayal without evidence, Michael continues, you asked for clarity, and heaven heard you. Now the answers are making their way to your door. It won't be loud. It may not even be spoken, but you'll feel it. In a whispering, a glance, in a phrase that stings without context. Pattern interrupt. The betrayal was not allowed to destroy you, only to reroute you. Heaven whispers, the courier is still coming. But now it carries more than just your blessing. It carries the truth. Someone once trusted with your favor tried to intercept your inheritance. But I, the Lord, have intervened. That's why you've felt emotionally tangled lately. Your heart's been wrestling with unseen heaviness. But now, that weight is lifting. Comment, lift the weight if you've been feeling heavy without a reason. The truth is the messenger is closer than you think. They already been assigned. They may already be on the way, and they are carrying. Revelation nay confirmation that your soul already suspected. Michael says, you will not have to confront it. The truth will find you. That dream you had, the one with the unfamiliar face or the unexpected emotion, that wasn't random. It was preparation. It was spiritual rehearsal. Type, prepare me for the truth. If your dreams have felt too vivid to ignore, but hear me clearly, do not share everything. Not everyone around you carries the heart to handle what heaven is doing in your life. Michael warns, some people love the version of you that is small, silent, and uncertain. But that version is ending. And as your breakthrough rises, some will shrink away. Let them go. Pattern interrupt. Your growth will offend the ones who tried to contain you. You are not being punished. You are being refined. This is your moment of spiritual discernment. You'll feel heaven's confirmation when someone says something they shouldn't know. An old email resurfaces, a closed door opens unexpectedly. Comment, I welcome confirmation if your spirit is watching for divine signs. Michael says, do not fear what is leaving. Heaven is clearing the path for what is divine. There are alliances forming now on your behalf. People who haven't even met you, yet are being stirred in prayer with your name. Some will rise to bless you. Others will fall away to protect you. Both are part of the plan. The scroll was never lost, only delayed. But now heaven is accelerating. Have you felt the silence shift into clarity? Type, lift the weight, or expose the hidden below, not just as a comment, but as a spiritual declaration. Subscribe to stay aligned with Archangel Michael's daily direction. What you've been sensing quietly is about to unfold loudly. And yet Michael says, not everything you lost was a loss. Some things were removed to protect the delivery. You may still grieve the silence of those who left, but heaven was guarding you from the ones who couldn't carry the scroll with you. Some doors didn't close, they were sealed. Some people didn't walk away, they were reassigned. Pattern interrupt. Sometimes protection sounds like rejection, but heaven calls it redirection. Type, redirect me wisely if your heart still aches over a door you didn't understand, because what you couldn't see was the sabotage waiting behind it. Michael says, your tears didn't delay you. They qualified you. You've cried in silence, but heaven was never silent. The angels were gathering the pieces, gathering the evidence, gathering the strength you didn't know you had left. And now, with hands clean and heart clear, you're ready to receive without residue. Comment, no more residue if you're ready to be blessed without carrying the weight of betrayal. You are not being invited back into who you were. You are being welcomed forward into who heaven has always seen Dot. This is why the whispers grew louder. Why the message found you now. Because the scroll is not just information, it's transformation. Pattern interrupt. What's arriving doesn't just change your season, it changes your identity. Heaven says, I am not just answering your prayers, I am upgrading your position. Prepare, beloved, because what's been released from the throne is about to land in your reality. My child, this is it, the moment heaven has been preparing you for, the final unveiling, the divine release. The scroll is descending, and your name is written in golden ink. Archangel Michael says, you have passed through fire, silence, delay, and confusion, and yet you remained faithful. Now heaven responds. Type, I remain faithful if you've held on when you had no answers. Let me speak plainly. This is not just the end of a message. It is the activation of everything you've been sensing. A divine courier has already been dispatched. Whether physical, spiritual, or symbolic, it carries your confirmation. Michael says, do not expect thunder. Expect clarity. Expect peace. Pattern. Interrupt. Miracles don't always roar. Sometimes they whisper. And in that whisper, your life will shift. You've wondered, will it be clear? Will I miss it? How will I know it's for me? Heaven answers. You will know because it will feel like breath return to your soul. Comment. Breathe life into me if your soul has been waiting to exhale. Right now, someone is thinking about you, not just emotionally, but spiritually. They're feeling a divine nudge, and they don't even know why. But heaven knows. Because your name has been whispered into their dream, and their next action will unlock a door you couldn't open yourself. Michael says, the blessing isn't just coming. It's being carried by human hands, now guided by heaven. Type, let it find me if you're ready to receive. Not force. This isn't just a gift. It's a restoration. What was stolen? What was hidden? What was delayed? It's all being gathered now and returned with interest. Michael declares, heaven always returns with multiplication. Pattern interrupt. God doesn't give you back what was taken. He gives you back what was promised. This is not the time to second guess. Do not let fear creep in. You've seen enough signs. You've prayed enough nights. You've held on long enough. Now simply stand in faith. Comment, I stand ready if you're done waiting and ready to receive. Because what's approaching isn't just for comfort. It's for legacy. You are being set apart, not just for blessing, but for impact. Archangel Michael says, the miracle coming to you is generational. Your obedience is unlocking doors your ancestors were denied. This isn't small. This is prophetic reversal. The cycles are breaking, the confusion is clearing, the curse is crumbling, the chains are falling. Type, break the cycle to step into the new pattern heaven is writing for your life. Listen as this message ends. The activation begins. Expect signs in the next 48 hours. An unexpected message, a change in tone from someone distant, a vivid dream with symbols that stir your spirit, a feeling of, I've been here before. In a place you've never been. These are confirmations, not to test your faith, but to reward it. Pattern interrupt. You're not seeking now, you're receiving. Michael speaks one final time. I have stationed angels around your house, your heart, and your future. No weapon formed against you will prosper. No lie whispered in darkness will stand. The divine scroll is open. The message is confirmed. The door is unlocked. If this entire message stirred your spirit, this is your sign to anchor it. Comment, I stand ready, or break the cycle to declare what heaven is releasing. Subscribe now, not just to listen, but to stay in rhythm with what heaven continues to reveal. The scroll has only just begun to unfold. And just before this message closes, heaven whispers once more, There's something else. Michael says, before the scroll closes, there is one final note written just for you, a line that was hidden until now, released only in the fullness of time. You've heard it before, haven't you? That faint internal echo. Don't give up yet. There's more. Stay awake. That wasn't just your mind hoping, Dot. It was your spirit responding to a divine echo. Type, I heard the whisper, if you've ever felt truth arrive before words appeared. Because now, heaven is moving with acceleration, and some of what you were waiting for will show up before you even ask again. Unexpected. Help. An email that should have been lost. A name reappearing from nowhere. An offer that feels surreal but peaceful. Pattern interrupt. God answers in whispers before he moves in wonders. This is where the scroll turns. Michael says, what once required fasting and warfare will now come through favor and flow. The season of fighting alone is over. Now comes the season of divinely assisted movement. But do not speak too soon. Heaven warns. Some things mature in silence. Protect what's beginning. Don't share the dream while it's still forming. Wait, guard, honor. Comment, I will protect the promise if you're ready to carry the scroll with reverence. Because what comes next? It's not public confirmation, it's personal instruction. A word that only your spirit will understand. A feeling that only faith can translate. Heaven says, your answers are hidden inside your obedience. And now that you've received this message, your next instruction will arrive when you are still enough to perceive it. Be still. Stay open. Keep watching. Type, my spirit is still to enter into the silence that we say.